Hey there, and welcome to AfterBuzz Anime Reviews. We're talking about Fullmetal Alchemist Part 2, 5 through 8. And oh my goodness, we get a lot of reveals. We get fights, lust, Mustang. Oh my goodness. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I think I was actually ready to sing the next bit. I'm like, oh, too soon. Welcome to AfterBuzz Anime Reviews. We're talking about Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood Part 2, as via Netflix does Part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Episode, yeah, we get the lights part every time through 8. My name is Kari Lane. You can, and quick note too, we do have a Twitter for this, so follow us online at ABTV Anime. And then my rest of my awesome panel will go down the line and say hello.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alexis Torres.
What's up? I'm Jamie Gray.
Hey guys, I'm Oliver Drennan.
All right, then we'll dive right into this real quick because there's so much going on. So episode 5, the arrogant palm of a small human. I thought it said Psalm at first. So I was like, okay. Sure.
All right.
So we get Rosenbull, Lieutenant Brenda. I keep wanting Brenda, yeah. And I'm like, Breda. And then Ed, so they're like, nope, you're going to Xerxes. I was saying it's like
Xerxes, right?
Yeah. Okay, cool. I was saying Xerxes.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, this place is very green and there's water. How is this like in the middle of the desert doing fine? But
Yeah.
they go there and we get the reveal that Maria Ross is alive.
Oh my god!
I was waiting.
You're
I was like, don't look at me.
I forgot completely. I was like,
I'm
Yes.
so relieved. I
Me
felt so
too.
bad for her in the last
too.
episode.
I know.
I was
That's
like,
why
Mustang.
That's why I was just like, I'm just gonna back up.
Yeah, if
I
you,
can't tell you anything.
if you look at the last episode, you can tell that Alexis's poker face was just sweating.
I was breaking. I was like,
yes.
oh,
you
I
did
wanna-
good.
Well,
I
I
just
did
want to help.
It's such a relief because we all were like, dude, Mustang is not
Yeah.
that short-sighted.
Well, and the way he was acting, I was like, come on.
No, but he's
No,
not.
yeah.
He's quick to be emotional, but he would not kill someone without solid proof.
What'd you think of that plan, though?
Oh, it was a good plan.
Yeah. With the
Yeah.
explosion.
Yeah.
Never saw it coming.
And then we later, I forget which episode, but while he's in the hospital in this set of episodes, the doctor like, yeah, we're a team up thing since Ishvalan. I'm like, yeah, I thought so. Because I was like, there's no way they could fake that. But
Yeah.
yay, and the flashback to explain it all, which is great, because then it's not, we're all like, how did this happen?
Mm-hmm.
And then we get the kind of interesting like little nugget of information where there's the Eastern and Western sage that which are the founders of alchemy and alchemy that brought them. And I was like, is there going to be more to this? This sounds really interesting that both groups have that kind of figure. Which, side note to like real world is interesting, like religion being similar in different places
Yeah.
and be like, hey, you have that thing? I have that thing. We just had a different name. So I was like, do we think it's going to be more? Not Alexis.
I think so.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, I have an inkling.
Some good parallels. Then with Winry and Al, we got Lynn appearing out of nowhere all the time.
That guy.
But he goes like, I'm going to give you guys info. But when he's like, yeah, tell me about the armor, I was like, Al, don't tell him everything.
He's just so nice.
I'm just...
Yeah.
He's
I
like,
know.
here, this is where my soul is on my body. I'm like,
Yeah,
Al,
basically.
Wait, what?
And
You can kill me
smudge.
here.
Why don't you want him to tell him everything?
She doesn't trust
this
him
is
yet.
how you kill me.
Basically, discretion is key.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
and
he seems okay just because he sneaks in
Yeah.
from the window all the time. Right? Like, it's fine.
True.
You know?
True.
His armors are like just a dead giveaway,
cautious.
you know?
Cautious.
Yeah.
Then we get back to Xerxes. We have the powwow, and it's all the information sharing, which I always love that. When it's like, yeah, get everybody on the same page. And Ed's kind of like determination. I'm going to move forward. We're like, yes.
Yeah.
And we got Maria she's going to go to sing with Fu as the guide, which is kind of cool because I'm like, oh, we're going to get more with Maria later, maybe? Do we think Maria's going to come back?
Oh, she has to come back.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think so.
She has to come back strong.
I think
she has
so.
to redeem herself, even though she didn't do anything
Yeah.
bad.
I just felt
Like,
bad that she had to go there, you know? It was just sad.
Well, she seemed, I think she's more sad, and it was very brave of her, don't tell my family, because if
Yeah.
they know, they're in danger.
Yeah.
So her going to a brand new country to, like, be able to survive is great. I'm like, okay,
do what you gotta do.
go, girl.
Yeah.
Then we have Falman and Barry. So we get that phone call, and we're like, oh, that's what Barry's call was. And then Lieutenant Havoc coming in with the mask on. And Bellman's like, hey, Havoc. He's like, dude, that's why I wear the mask.
Yeah.
But yeah, the guns ablazing and going against Barry. I called him Barry number 2, but it's Barry's body.
Yeah.
Dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun. We also get that great reveal of who Elizabeth is. It's just Hawkeye on the other end of the phone. Yes.
I was
Oh
so
my
happy. I was like,
gosh.
oh, they're going to find out about Elizabeth. That's great.
And like, yeah, I'm at the shop. That was just too good. And I knew it was like, this is a fake conversation. But I'm glad it was her.
Yeah.
I think
Some random broad.
I think these episodes, like these 4 episodes in particular, you got to see like new sides of each character.
Yes.
For
Not
sure.
every character, and so like I have a new respect for like Mustang, and I'm seeing
Yeah.
like Hawkeye be a badass more, and Ross is still alive. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, like these characters are so dynamic. So I'm really falling in love with a few of them. And so
Yep.
I'm like
Becoming emotionally
I'm fully
invested.
behind this
Me too.
anime, so
Yeah.
I'm excited.
No,
Yeah.
it's great. I love
Getting
how
emotional.
I love
Yeah.
how raw your emotions are, and it makes me happy because it makes me feel like I'm reliving it for the first time again.
Even
Yes.
Barry, like I was like, oh my god, I love Barry.
So funny.
He's a psychopath, but he's a great
Yeah.
lovable character. Though.
Acting as a good guy, I guess.
Yeah.
It was so interesting to watch this week.
But he points out his body's rotting, so he can't
Oh,
really...
so
Yeah.
And you're like, aww.
So gross.
Now, there's, I'm blanking, I have his name later, but it felt like there was a spy listening on the radio bit, but I think that's just the guy who's with them, the one with glasses.
The glasses,
and
yeah,
the
no,
dog.
he's part
Okay.
of their team. Yeah.
All
yeah.
right, cool. I was
It's
like,
just
wait,
the
I'm
way
gonna-
that they edited that. It seems like he's like,
Wants
oh,
a
I'm
spy.
listening in this
Yeah.
weird part of this building. No.
How scared were we when Gluttony showed up with Hawkeye in the tower?
I wasn't that scared because I was like, Hawkeye has it, but I was like, what the heck? Like, gluttony, out the woodwork.
How was
So
this like?
creepy.
Yeah, kind of like the cliffhanger part.
Yeah.
I was nervous. I was like, she ran out of bullets. Is Mustang going to get there fast enough?
She I was like, she's fine.
Yeah.
It's Hawkeye. Like,
Yeah, I love her. She's tough.
Yeah. Then we have Ed when he encounters the Ishvalans and be our prisoner to get back their land. And he points out, I'm just one person, why is it going to matter? And they're like, well, it was one kid that started the Civil War. So I'm like, yes, but no.
It's pretty much just like, oh, look, exposure, or not exposure, what is it? Exposition, just to show how, like, desperate they are to
Yes.
get their land back, even though they're not really thinking
Yes.
clearly.
Yeah.
Hence why I'm really glad that the older lady was just
Oh,
like,
Madam's
like,
this
guys?
is... Yeah. She's like, excuse me,
Don't be rude.
back up.
She's all,
Take
"You're
2 steps back. Pump
She's
the
like,
brakes.
you're embarrassing us.
I know, it was just like, you're embarrassing me.
I like that they called Al where they're from the
Amestrians.
Amestrians, yeah.
I was like, cool, we got a name.
Yeah.
But also the Madame Sean points out that they were all saved, a lot of them, by the Dr. Rockbells.
Yeah.
And so that's Winry's parents.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's like,
She's
aw.
Winry Rockbell. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that they were murdered.
Killed by Scar.
Be your own
What?
patience.
Are we for sure it's
By
Scar
patient-
though?
Yeah, it's
I
the guy
think
with
so,
the
yeah.
arm.
I don't know. Is it too?
Oh crap! You know what? No, because I'm mixing. I'm
No, they
mixing the
said
two.
there's. They said
I'm
The
mixing the
tattoo
two.
and then the
okay.
scar.
I was just. I'm so.
Well, if it's just the arm and the arm isn't his, that could imply it's someone else. But I thought they said the
Okay.
X
Didn't
on
they
the
have a
face, too.
flashback too? Like,
They didn't show.
Okay.
not a, okay.
They showed
I'm
like
probably
a
fast-forwarding.
blurred kind of picture
Yeah.
of Scar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, because it's
Yeah.
the way that they're murdered in the original is different.
Yeah.
That's why it's not Scar. So
okay.
that's why I was like, wait.
I like
I'm
that
glad we
it's-
got you. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, what?
I just don't want to reveal it just in case if anyone
Okay.
hasn't seen the original, which
Right.
is
Yeah.
you, that I don't want to reveal who is it because
And
it's pretty
this-
important.
Yeah, in this instance, I was just a little skeptical because it's like maybe they're like jumping to conclusions too much that it might be Scar the murder. So I don't know.
No, they made it.
never know.
Okay.
The way they described
I'm just
it,
a
I think-
skeptic.
No, that's fine. I want you to be like that because there's always questions.
It's a right way to think because Ed later also doesn't assume it's Scar either. And how that discussion, we're like, no. Like, I feel they would wait and ask him. Be like, hey,
Yeah.
they want him to confess.
And the show isn't predictable. It's proven to not be predictable.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, on
You're all,
walking on
"Yeah."
eggshells with everything.
Yeah. All right, so that wraps up episode 1. We jump into 2. Sorry, not episode 2. That episode's 5. 6. I'm looking at them as like 1, 2, 3, 4. Episode 6 is Death of the Undying.
Yeah.
So it was really kind of sweet to see Mustang so worried about Hawkeye, and
Yes.
you're just like, aww. And Hawkeye scolding him was so funny.
Oh,
Prepare the fan
They're
fiction.
Oh, TP ship.
You're like, oh,
I
baby.
can't like yell it loud enough. TP ship.
You're like, please hurry up,
Yeah,
get
yeah.
together.
Yeah.
And then yes. Kane. Fury. No,
Oh,
it's like
Fury.
Fuery is how
Okay.
they did it.
I was like,
so
what?
he was the one who was listening in earlier with her
Yeah.
dog.
Creepy,
Hyatt.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We got a name.
So yeah, then when they all go after bury the body, the third laboratory, the chase and exploring. So we get Lust pops in.
Oh my gosh. Bouncing.
That
She was
boob
bouncing.
jiggle.
Yes, she was
It's not
ready.
in the original, but
She
it
was
makes me
perky.
so happy. How her
Yes.
boobs were, she was standing still, but her boobs were just moving. Like, it was
Yes.
like, do the wave!
That's such an anime thing.
Do the wave!
I'm
But
like,
you know,
let's go.
Back and forth.
the thing I love when
Pass
they
it on.
always do any sort of fan service, I'm like, someone had to sit there, maybe multiple stuff, multiple summons.
I
had to
want that
draw
job.
every
Yes.
frame,
I want
you
that
know?
job so bad. If I could draw, that would be my only job. I'm sorry, I like anime boobies. That's it.
But the thing that's even better about the anime is they make the joke about boobs.
Yes,
So
I was
they're like,
expecting
we know,
that.
we know.
Boob fetish here.
You know what's happening.
Like, Havoc, aren't you into big boobs?
And he just has a moment. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I love when they throw humor with
Uh.
our soldier characters because we don't get to see that enough
Yes.
sometimes. That I feel like it's like
Yeah.
way over the top, but it's kind of nice.
Even
Yeah.
during like a serious moment.
Yeah.
Such as
Yeah,
confronting
exactly.
Yeah, especially with that spotlight on him and everything.
Yeah.
I was just like, this is too much. But I love it.
She has the Philosopher's Stone at her core, points
Yeah.
that out, that's what like
Whoa.
fuels them.
Now you guys know what the Philosopher's Stone looks like. Like actually
Nice little-
looks like. Yeah.
But it's kind of weird though. She says we are human, and I was like, pretty sure you guys were saying you're not. And you were referring to other human. They were referring to humans as other. So it's weird that she's like, we are human. I'm like, okay. I don't know. Did you guys notice that?
Mm-hmm. No.
I did. I tried to do a little research on it, so I don't know like how much I can say.
Are you doing poker
I
face
know.
there? Yeah. All right. All right. Well, moving on. We get
Next
Havoc and Mustang running away though.
That was really funny
So
to me.
funny. They're like, well, shit. What do we do?
Yeah.
But they decompose the water to hydrogen and oxygen, and boom. So that was kind of cool. I like that. And he tries to Mustang rips out the Philosopher's Stone, and then, ew, it was making the new body. Oh, that was so disgusting. It was weird, like the face.
I'm
that's on
surprised that
his
you
face.
found that really disgusting. You love horror-y
No,
kind
I
of
do.
stuff.
No, but I like it.
Yeah,
You're just
yeah,
like,
okay.
Oh,
I was
that's
like-
so weird.
Yeah.
You know, you're just like,
No, I thought when I first saw this, I thought it was gonna overtake his body, and I was like, "What is happening?" I was
know,
like,
I
"Oh
was
nope,
like,
it's just
no.
Les just trying to get her stuff
Yes,
together." I
right.
get
Yeah.
it. You know, just collecting
trying to-
herself.
Yeah. So then we have Hawkeye. Where do we go? Emotionally off the edge.
When Les comes in, right?
Yes, because
Yeah,
it
yeah.
says Hawkeye versus Lust, and then we get the Mustang versus Lust. Awesome fight.
That was amazing.
so good.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, fire.
The animation was
burns.
crazy.
Also, who was shirtless? I wrote.
Mustang was
Yeah.
shirtless.
Mustang,
Yeah.
Or we jump to the part where he's just like comes back and
then,
like,
like,
we
his
think
coat
he's dead,
is-
Yeah.
and then his voice seems noticeably deeper too.
He's
I
in a
watched
lot of
it
pain,
anyways.
so he's like, I have to grunt it out.
Yeah, I was like, he is kind of like grunting right now.
Oh my
Thank you.
God.
I
I mean,
Got the nice bass in his voice.
Nah, Ned's built. Like,
I
He needs to do
enjoyed
a little more,
Yeah.
bicep work, but
that's
know.
okay. He doesn't really have to do much. It's
I'm like,
just a lot of
Jamie's a
this.
cartoon.
I'm sure Hawkeye enjoyed that.
Oh, I'm sure
that
she did.
view.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, she did.
We did notice that the Führer was there. Bradley was there,
This
but
guy.
left. So I was like, mwahaha.
He was just checking.
And then poor Al falling apart. We have that kind of bit.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think that's funny.
Yes. Okay, so how sad was this when Barry is still alive, the
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
piece, and his body is so upset and scratches him and destroys
Yeah.
him.
So I was wondering, so he is actually
he's
dead?
done.
Yeah, that's it.
Dang.
Never coming back.
That sucked because I was finally getting behind Barry. you
Right?
know?
So basically, he kind of like killed himself in a sense, his body.
Yeah.
Dang.
It
Yeah.
just sucks.
Be your own
'cause
body.
It's like, ugh. It was
Yeah.
just one of those, like, there's nothing, ugh. And we get
It
the
was so quick.
great cliffhanger at the end. Ed runs into Hohenheim. Hello, Dad. And
my gosh.
back in Rosenbull, and it's like at the grave, and it's like, and end episode.
Yeah.
So
How
okay.
surprised were you?
Well, I'm surprised that Lust was defeated right now.
I was a little surprised too.
Is she?
Yeah.
Well, they say later she's dead. Wrath goes.
Even she said it.
That's because she was
She was
defeated.
like, she was like, you killed
And I was
me.
a little,
Yeah.
if that's true, I was kind
So-
of disappointed.
Yeah.
So I was
this
like,
Well, I'm glad she's gone. And get Gluttony too.
I like her.
Sorry, no, she's pretty. That's
It's
about
like,
it.
okay, why is Lust dead and we still have Gluttony to worry about? Like, come on.
Yeah, I was like, get rid
Yeah.
of him. Ugh.
Nah, she just
Later
got
when
unlucky.
they talk about it, I'm glad they confirmed she's dead because me too. I was like,
Darn.
Yeah, I was skeptical about it at first,
Yeah.
but with Ed and Hohenheim, I was like, wait, what? Because it looks just like Ed, so I was like, that has to be his dad. And I was like, why is he calling him Hohenheim, okay? I was like, why is he saying that? Then I, of course, researched. I was like, that's his dad.
Yeah.
He just has like some sort of resentment towards him, so he
Yeah.
doesn't want to call him dad.
it's like
so.
when you're mad at your parent and you don't say mom or dad and you say their name.
Like, Richard.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That does not fly in my
Hohenheim
household.
is a little. That's all the syllables.
Yeah,
Just call him dad. Yeah. Hohenheim.
So that was the end of 6.
Wait, just real quick.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask Ollie, why were you disappointed in that?
That Lust is dead?
Yeah.
Because she was an awesome villain. Like, I really enjoyed her. I love Laura Bailey, the voice actor.
It's over too soon.
Yeah.
Yes,
so
I agree.
I wasn't
Okay.
expecting her to die in episode 6.
That's
Yeah.
kind of a so shocking thing almost.
Yeah.
Like, wait,
so
what?
it's unpredictable. So
Yeah.
I'm constantly on my feet, and I was
Yes.
like, dang,
Yeah,
I
so-
really enjoyed her as,
This is a great
as an
episode.
antagonist.
Yeah,
That
and,
fight was.
and
Yeah.
if you do decide to go back and watch the original, she's in it for pretty much the long haul.
Yeah.
So you'll
Yeah.
get to spend more time with her. But yeah, I was also talking about, and someone mentioned it in the chat. I missed the name. Sorry about that. But someone was like really proud of Al being able to stand up to Les.
Yeah.
In that moment was really, really cool, especially because usually Al is a very well put together person, but the fact that he like really put himself in front there
Yes.
Yeah.
when
and that
Hawkeye
was,
couldn't do it.
Yeah,
you know?
and that was important because she needed that support, and as well for himself because he's seen, like Nina died, and then
Yeah.
and then he couldn't save Margot.
Yeah.
So it was time for him to really
fed
step it
up.
up.
Yep.
Yeah. So I was really happy about that, and also the fact that it just the entire scene of her being like constantly burned by fire, especially because I mentioned it earlier that the fact that the actors who play Roy and Lust are actually married in real life.
That's
so I was
so
just
cool.
like, if they had to like
That's so
act that out in the booth together, like from like facing each other, I don't even know because those screams were
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
that's awful.
If you guys didn't notice the way Alexis just phrased it, we do have a live chat, so if you are able to watch this with us live, feel free to join us in the chat. We love your input. And if you're watching it later, no worries at all. Please comment down below your thoughts on the episode and the stuff that we
Daniel,
talked about.
that's his name. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
So that ends episode 6. Then we go on to episode 7, Father Before the Grave, which is kind of literal when he's standing there at the gravesite.
Literally.
But how much of an awe moment is the first thing his dad says is, "You got bigger"?
Yeah.
I was
Because-
over it.
Yeah.
I was like, why
I
are
know,
you doing
because
that?
I was upset. I was like, it's because you haven't seen him since a child. You heathen.
Hey. You weren't there.
Yeah. You haven't seen
Yeah.
them since they were babies. You
I don't
deadbeat.
trust him.
Daddy wasn't there
Yeah.
to change my underwear,
Yeah.
to take me to the fair.
Oh, that's what you did.
Then he
So
points
sad.
out Pinocchio informed him about the transmutation, so he knows.
Yeah.
And then he jab into Ed. He's like, "Why was the house burned down? Did you run away? You you guys couldn't handle it."
So
No,
much.
and he's like, no going back. He's like, "You were a coward." You're like,
Now you
Tough
know why
love.
he's a jerk.
But then his kind of all moment, he's like, "Oh, just like when I was young." But
Yeah.
not when I was like,
I love this reunion. He's like, it's pretty much just like, hey son, you're a coward.
I taught you
haven't seen
better.
you in
But also, I
years,
miss
but, you're a coward and you burned down my
Yep.
house.
Yeah. I'm just playing devil's advocate too, of like, "Aw, he's like just like me." But no communication. But
So angry.
kind of weird. I'm suspicious. He kept avoiding the question like, "Why are you back now? What brought you back now?"
Yeah.
He's asked it multiple times and just keeps talking.
Because that's what
and,
I'm thinking. Because you brought up your own prediction, which I'm starting to believe about last week about him, being the father of the homunculi. So
Yeah.
I still
It's a
think
possibility.
Alexis is like, "Nope."
There's so much
There's
you guys
so
don't know
much.
yet.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't get it.
Super lull, but I loved that the dog didn't trust him either.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
yes.
Wait,
Dogs
what's
know.
the dog's name again? Do we-
Oh, I forgot.
Oh, that
I
dog's
usually
name.
know his name, but I can't remember.
I forgot too.
Is it a her? I don't
So then
remember.
this was the crazy moment where he points out, though this was great for him to reveal, was it really Trisha and homunculi, was it not their mom? And I was like, oh, this is kind of what we were
Yeah, but
wondering.
Did you
looking
catch his
good.
look though? I think that's the one thing about animation that makes me just squee with joy is that he noticed that the dog got up, walked into the other room, and then the door was open, and it was quiet, and you kind of saw him staring, and then
As
he goes,
in, she's in the dog?
no.
That was my thought. I'm like,
No.
That's what I thought, too.
No,
Okay.
it was the fact that he noticed that Ed was up from bed and was hiding behind the door, so he's like,
He looked
"Huh."
back.
I wonder if I should say this information so that he will dig up his mom's bones and find out that it's not his mom. Because he knows. So,
yeah, he did look back there. At first, I thought he was looking after the dog, but it totally makes sense of like,
he
Ed's right there.
I think he was listening to her footsteps and realized that she stopped too short.
Ah.
And realized that he was at the door listening to their conversation. And he was like, I'm going to drop some knowledge.
I hadn't thought that when I watched it, but that absolutely makes sense.
Yeah, I was like, this jerk.
Oh, so then this was the other thing too. I mean, we kind of touched upon already that Ling, don't tell him everything. I'm pointing out that possibly a body could reject the soul, but then I was like, do we really trust Barry's knowledge about all this? I'm like, Al, calm down. Like
No reason to lie though.
It just made
but
sense
I meant
to
in
me.
terms of like he's not necessarily an expert.
Right.
Who is Barry to be like this is the fact? He could present obviously his own case about what happened to him, but that doesn't mean that's the end all be all.
Yeah, for Al.
So I'm like, Al, calm down.
I see.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if Barry had been the scientist who had done many experiments and then ended up
not
that way,
actually
then I'd
been
be like, all
Barry.
right, maybe we could listen to him. Then the creepy warning from Hohenheim to Pinocchio is, you need to leave here, and his side comment to himself that he won't ever see her again, essentially. And I'm like, because that he'll be gone or she'll be gone. Or the whole area will be gone.
Well, I mean, just for hit reasons, if you noticed, we were looking at old Pinocchio pictures. He looks exactly the same. I wonder why.
Yeah.
Question mark.
I
That's
looked
all I'm
into
gonna
that
leave you
too.
with that.
Facial hair. That's about it. But yeah.
No, he had facial hair in that picture.
And how many
He
years?
looks exactly the
thing.
same.
How many years has it been?
I mean,
Well, she's an
Pinocchio.
old lady.
Pinocchio looked like she was maybe like in her 30s in that picture.
And now she's like grandma.
clearly
Yeah.
in her like 70s. I'm gonna say maybe because I don't think she's in her 80s yet. So I'd say 60s or 70s.
Yeah.
So it's been a few decades, but he looks exactly the same.
But we also get the oh wait, we'll come back to that.
Okay.
So Ed and Pinocchio, then they dig it up, and how it constantly was making Ed sick. Just being there, doing
So
it.
sad.
Yeah.
But also making Pinocchio dig. I'm like, she's an old lady. You're so rude.
She wanted to be there.
They knew exactly where to dig to, because it seemed like they knew the spot. And then
Well-
I thought they just burned it down. I'm like, did you bury it?
But what do you
No,
really
they
forget?
buried her first and then burned it down.
Specifically, okay.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be their mom, so they didn't want to
that's
just
true.
like.
Okay.
you know.
Well, the kids didn't bury her. I think just Pinocchio did.
No, I thought the kids did.
They
I,
were
thought-
there
yeah,
too?
yeah,
I don't
believe-
think. I don't know if we
yeah.
ever got like actual detail.
I think
about
in
it.
the original they had done it, right?
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
And it was
So-
nice seeing Pinocchio there for Ed because of their
Yeah.
relationship. I mean, she clearly she cares for him, but they're always at each other's throats.
Yeah.
But still,
Yeah.
in a situation such as dire as this, to finding out like, digging up your mom's
Yeah.
supposed grave, like,
That's-
she was there for him.
Did you notice
Awful.
she finally has eyes? It's not just glasses in these moments, because normally she's the
Yeah.
glossed, and this
Yeah.
time you could see them because it's like
Which kinda,
connection.
like,
Serious moments.
Shows how like she's being transparent right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
It's like,
for
aw.
sure. Yeah.
But they find the hair. It's the wrong color, and it's from a male body,
Yeah.
so it is not their mom. Dun dun dun.
Oh, I cannot
What's
wait till we
going
get.
on?
Yeah, I can't wait till
Yeah.
we get
This-
more into it.
This helps Ed know that they could make a new body, as in it's impossible to bring anything back from the dead. But it's just interesting that everybody goes, no, it's impossible. And like after, I'm like, yes, but I still don't feel this is 100% conclusive evidence. But okay,
Yeah, we'll go
But
with
then-
it.
But it's enough for them.
But then
It's
the,
enough,
the
yes.
call with Azumi.
yeah. So
and
then she's
her.
like, it's not the
Yeah.
same thing either. So then, yeah.
I
So
almost
that-
teared up at that time when they had the phone call and she was with the husband.
Oh, I got goosebumps.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, like
that-
your
was-
baby.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
gave her closure, and it was
Yeah.
really
Give
good.
them
Yeah,
both
that's what she
closure,
needed.
and
Yeah.
I love that they got to share that moment, even though they were in two.
Yes.
parts
I'm
glad he
of the
called her,
world.
yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Then we also learn Pinocchio gets everybody gets like information.
Oh, it's great.
When how good her children or her son was and his wife of how they helped people and they didn't
Yeah.
die in vain of like they were
Yeah.
helping people all the way to the end.
Yeah.
And then we learn that Trisha, the mom, could not keep her promise. What was this promise? The
Why?
way
I'm trying-
I'm trying to think if I remember
well,
what
because
it
I can't
was.
ask this one. Well, it's interesting though because the way I read it in the subtitles, it makes it more. I couldn't keep my promise because I lived longer than him.
Yeah.
And I didn't live longer than him. And then I'm like, that makes it sound like your promise is to live longer than him. But I'm like, no, there's something else there.
Yeah.
Can she? If she did
Oh.
live?
So she might be alive.
See, this is getting
discussions.
crazy.
So what's
This is
the
getting crazy.
Oh my god.
Okay, I gotta
know.
look this up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. But then it's great too because we also get the other burden relieved too, where Al knows it was not their mom. And then they do the memory test with Winry and Al. He's like, all right,
so cool.
you
That was
guys
cute.
said the
So
same
cool.
thing. That means it's for real, Al, so calm down. Like, another one. And then we also get the reveal, too, that Truth Space, it was Al. The other Al was
Yeah.
him. So then it's like it's your other body out there. So I'm like, cool. And then we get Al. He's like, he's accepting of the armor, but then he's like, I can't take the nights being alone.
I mean, we talked about it in the
Yeah, you
first,
go
the first
nuts.
episodes that you would just go nuts, not being
Yeah.
able to
Yeah.
sleep or dream or anything like that. Like, it's insane.
or just it'd
And
be
he's
too
still
much
so
activity.
young.
You
yeah,
need
you're
to
just
do
awake.
things.
But I loved that flashback of seeing young Winry being like, hey, and he's just like, I can't sleep. I don't think this body will let me. And I was like,
Yeah.
so detached.
And then we get the nice little moment, Winry looking at Ed. Have his
With them
shoulders always been this broad?
shoulders.
I'm all, girl.
But I thought you didn't like short guys. I don't know.
Right?
Just like,
No,
Make
but
up your mind, Winry.
Suddenly maybe
God.
different.
But I love that
Yes.
also how how close they are because
Yeah.
they both tried
Yeah.
with Winry, and Winry's like, nah,
Yeah.
I need a big man in my life.
Same, girl.
Even though I'm
Same.
10.
Right.
Remember if this is late. Oh, okay. It gets a little bit ahead, but the question is, do we think Ed here is connected to Al's body in the other space? The way Al was like, he's eating a lot, he's sleeping a lot. Is he connected because their DNA got mixed together and?
And was that the conversation of him not growing? And
Yes.
how he is like, I'm sure.
He's accepted it. He finally admitted it.
It was like a silent pause, and I'm like, wait, is there something wrong with my Netflix?
Dude, I had the same thing too. I was watching it here in the booth, and I was like, "Wait, what just happened?"
Exactly.
Oh,
Like,
some-
if you notice the music just shuts
Yeah.
everything shuts down, and it's just dead silent.
No, I literally love that Full Metal Alchemist was like, let's stop the world for just a split second. He's about to admit that he's short.
Yes. In subtitles, it does SH. And then gets
That's just a
yeah.
short, yeah.
That's so funny.
I think they could be. I feel it's kind of a cop out that Ed's like, well, that's the reason I'm short. But I'm like, you know what? That's not impossible. This is a world where so many weird things could happen that
You
I'm
never
like,
know.
what do you guys think?
No, I agree with you. You literally never know. But at the same time, I'm like, you're just short. You're just short.
Alexis is like, here. All right, so that wraps up 7. We got episode 8. We have the advance of the Fool. So Mustang, Havoc, and Hawkeye, and why haven't they come to kill us yet? Which immediately cuts to the Fuhrer, otherwise known as Wrath, essentially letting Mustang be alive because he's important. This is when Lust is confirmed that they're like, no.
Yeah.
But he mentions him and a doorway. Is this Hohenheim that he's talking about? Wrath says this to Glutton.
Who else could it be though?
Oh, I totally think I bet it's Hohenheim.
Like, I don't have any
Yeah.
other like.
And he said father, and then it
suspects.
pans to Hohenheim, and I was like,
Yes, right?
So he's everybody's daddy?
I mean,
like,
they
I was
also,
like,
can you imagine?
Who's your daddy?
He's just a daddy. Mari comes up, you are the father! Give us the doorway!
and starts running around crying.
I know.
I was like, no.
Yeah.
I was just in a corner.
Yeah.
What,
End scene.
Anthony?
I believe his official name is Big Daddy.
Big Daddy!
You know, I like that better.
Hohenheim.
Big
Oh
Daddy.
my
I like
God.
that better.
That ain't my daddy.
Oh. Get it, Ollie. Get it.
Then we have
but,
Fuhrer. Oh, it's Fuery. I don't know. How are they saying his name? The guy with
I don't
glasses?
remember.
I'm just like, I hear it, I read it, so I'm like, I don't know how you say his
I don't
name.
know, I have
But
to
it's
look it up.
spelled Fuery. Fury. Whatever. The dude with the sergeant comes with the map, and then I'm so glad that they all finally suspect the Fuhrer because they're like,
Yeah.
hey, with this map, he might be in this radius. I'm like, thank you. Because
Especially-
nobody likes dumb characters.
No.
You get it when you're maybe you the viewer are a step ahead, but this is nice when you're like, okay, good, like they're getting the info, they're getting there. Then how much do we feel for Havoc of oh no, he can't feel his legs.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you guys, how did you feel about the reveal?
because when Lust like paralyzed him basically.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
Straight up.
That's
she
so
just
sad.
Stabbed him.
Spine.
No.
penetrated him with her long fingers.
Yes.
Yeah,
I like how we
penetration.
did that. Yeah, I was like, okay, I mean,
Yeah.
pretty much.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I thought he was a goner though, but I felt
Yeah.
for him because I feel like he was just like already giving up, just because.
Yes, exactly.
And
I
it's
wrote
sad
that.
because he liked her, and it's just like she did all this to you.
Yeah.
Like
And
that
I-
quickly.
And now he can't walk. Like, it's just,
Yeah.
it's too much.
But I
in
also don't
one
want
time.
like someone's own like personal handicaps to like hold them back, you know, just because you don't have, for example, if you're like going to be in a wheelchair or if you have like crutches or something, I don't know, that shouldn't like hold you back. And I don't want people to, you know, get that message of, you know, just because you're full body.
He could get Winry though, right? Like Winry, hook me up.
Well, that's what they talked about. They were like,
And
we do the automail, and then
But
he's
didn't
kind
he-
of like,
yeah,
no, I can't
he
feel my spine.
declined
The
it.
nerves are no. He said the nerves.
Because you have to, because when you get
There has to be
automail,
nerves.
you have to connect the nerves to the automail so that it moves.
And that can't be repaired. His nerves.
Yeah.
No.
Though I
habit.
I wrote them like he's given up and he's like cut me loose. But Mustang coming in for the feels of
Starting to
like
fall for
I'm not gonna
Mustang.
leave you behind. I'll wait for you at the top.
Yeah.
And then Hawkeye too, bringing that in like he's not gonna leave you behind. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
Mustang.
I love Mustang. now.
Mustang's a badass.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
the best.
And he's cute.
Yeah.
What's Mustang?
So
I
is
like
his
cute
voice
badasses.
actor. Have
yeah.
you seen?
Oh, I haven't seen him. I'll Google him.
This
Let me Google him
balances
now.
it out though. When sometimes where you think he's being a jerk and then he gets these moments and you're just like, I can't.
He's
hate you
just
That's what I
ever.
like.
he's just tough love. That's
Yeah.
just kind of how it
Yeah.
is. I mean, Ed's kind of the same way.
Yes.
So I love that there's kind of that weird comparison because
Yeah.
they fight all the time, but I feel like
yeah.
they're also kind of the
Love
same.
their fighting.
No, yeah.
Well, speaking of their fighting, we get Scar's back.
Ugh.
How much did we like Ed's plan, or was it dumb? Of like, we're gonna taunt Scar, go fishing, and get the homunculi.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that whole like what do you call it? Not a segment. Well, pretty much when they're showing how Ed's going around fixing things.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The
The
showboating.
Magic
The
Man.
montage.
Yeah.
I
And
said
he's
the
like,
attention getting Ed.
Yeah,
That
he's
was
like, I'm
really
your friendly
funny.
neighborhood alchemist.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
how he was like up on the thing like a statue.
Yeah.
I was like, get out of here.
Extra.
I was like, all right, Spider-Man.
And then Mustang and Hawkeye are there, and Scar does show up. But the moment too, also between Ed and Mustang with the
with
funny
the faces?
Yeah, I was like, what's going on here?
I love that. I love
Also,
it so
one
much.
that happened earlier too that was so great was Ed, Al, and Winry when she hits him over the head with the
With the
bloody
wrench.
wrench.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Because-
you're so.
He doesn't want her to leave because he might get his
Right.
automail might get
Yes.
damaged.
She's like, what do you think
That's
this is?
And then who was it that like threw out? Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
it was Ed who kicked Ling and
Yeah.
I was
Yes.
gonna say May, but
I love it.
Constantly.
Oh
And
yeah,
just-
both times they just like
Lawn
float
fun.
out.
Lawn Fun, yeah, and just like kicked them out.
Yes.
They're just like,
Yes.
So
yeah,
yeah,
it reminded me of like Team Rocket from Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, flying. So
Great
they do the
reference.
fishing. It does work. And then Mustang, though, doing the radioing in, so funny.
Extra.
I just love
my
it.
nose.
I just love
But
it.
I like seeing him in that. I like
So
seeing him like
excited.
that because he's always so serious and I like seeing
Yeah.
him like joke around. So
Oh, yeah.
Hawkeye's side eye though was my favorite part. She was just like, oh my god.
Oh,
She
and-
loves it.
And
She loves
Bradley's
him.
sitting there listening to it, too.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets up and goes there. And then Gluttony, which... where is
Woo.
it? Oh, yeah,
I
there
don't
we
like
go.
Gluttony.
Fuhrer. And Lanfon and Ling, I wrote, oh, shit. That was my note. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, shit.
Yo, I
And
can't
that's...
wait.
It was literally the cliffhanger that I, like, threw my hands up. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
flip the
perfect.
table.
How crazy was it seeing the Fuhrer move so quickly? I mean, we've seen it
Oh,
before,
we know. Yeah.
but like that was
Well,
pretty
now
dope.
we know
Yeah.
he's not a normal human being,
Yeah.
but I'm like, crap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially poor.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely
He literally-
I'm worried about him and what he's gonna do. And Gluttony, I'm not too worried about. He always gets wiped. Like he always gets,
Every
he just
time.
gets swamped all the time.
He's hella
honestly.
slow. It's
Yeah.
not helpful.
But oh my
Yeah.
god.
I gotta say, I do love watching the Fuhrer in action.
Yeah.
Me too.
So
I love a
Bradley's
good villain. I love a good
Okay,
villain.
well,
Male
so
villain.
rad.
Who's worse, the Fuhrer or Scar?
Oh,
Who's worse?
They're both
Fuhrer.
really great, but
I
I
like
like,
that
the
Fuhrer.
Fuhrer more, to be honest.
Yeah.
That
Well, like Fuhrer's like a bad guy that we were kind of like, oh, you were so cool and like
Yeah,
he's a bam
calm,
bad guy.
collected.
yeah.
But Scar is just like, you know,
And
We
his
also
and
don't
it's
know
his
anything about him
intentions.
yet.
that too.
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah, I was about to say that they haven't really humanized a Scar.
Exactly.
Once
But
they
then
do, it's
again,
like okay, but
Yeah.
Fear, it's like you actually get to see his wrath. So I was like,
Yes.
all right,
Yeah.
I see you.
All right, that
angry.
wraps up 5 through 8, and we're gonna do some quick anime news.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Okay, so this first one I'm super excited about because I watched some of this anime and you guys probably are like, I've never heard about that. So High Dive announced that it's acquired streaming rights to the cult classic Glass Mask from 1984.
Wow.
I did not watch it long time ago. I watched it more recently. So episodes will begin streaming at the end of May 28th at 12 p.m. That's a different time, but May 28th. And so, yeah, here's like a brief plot. So no one said being a glamorous movie star is going to be easy. Luckily for Maya, she has a talent and dedication to help her achieve her goals of stardom. Encouraged by her mentor, So these are transformation sequences.
Okay, because I was very confused. I was
Encouraged
like,
by her mentor, a
like,
reclusive actress,
okay.
and a mysterious admirer who leaves Maya purple roses, and even a beautiful and talented rival. Maya begins to fine-tune her skills to captivate her audience, but will that be enough to turn her dreams into reality? So when it's like a show that's just about acting, but it's so interesting. So this is like when she gets into the character deeply, and so it's like a transformation.
So she's maintaining. Talk about maintaining character.
Yeah. So the idea is you're putting on the mask and becoming a character.
So
that's dope,
There's
actually.
some
Do
moon.
your eyes turn white when you get into character?
Just
That's
for
for
her,
her.
like it's her mental thing. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
No, there's the moon prism power.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking a little bit.
There's
Yeah.
one more picture with that. High dive? No, just the two.
The
Okay.
animation's interesting.
That's Squid Girl. We'll get to that. So the other weird, creepy thing is they heard. So she's like in middle school-ish, as most anime. Her admirer is not, and you're like, this feels so wrong, but I'm so okay with
Japan.
it. But not.
Right.
Oh no, totally.
Come on.
Schoolgirl
Her,
outfits.
her instructor, her mentor's on the left. Like she was a famous actress back when and helping her.
You perv.
Yeah, I just
Like-
go, he's a TA, he's a TA, he's 18, he's a TA.
No, he's not
For
involved
17.
with her thing at all. He's just a rich guy who supports the arts.
Oh, he's
and
rich?
shows. Yeah.
Get it, girl. Get it. Get it, girl.
Boy, I'm only really, I really want to promote this show. But the other thing, moving on. So the other thing is, High Dive is ready to make a splash with all 3 English dubs of Squid Girl OVAs. The first OVA will be available to stream May 3rd. And additional OVAs will be available on Thursdays through May 17th.
I've seen so much fan art of this
All right.
show.
And then, there's no picture on this one. So, wait, no, there's one. Sorry. Viz Media, written by best-selling author and Magic the Gathering senior game designer James Wyatt. The slipcased hardcover volume is slated for release in print this fall and offers a detailed examination of the planes, mythos, and in-world history of Magic the Gathering. So it's the origin of characters, creatures, and lore of the world's most popular trading card game, celebrating the 25th anniversary of Magic the Gathering.
Wow.
So hardcover. And it also includes 4 double-sided collectible art prints. So
That's cool. The cards always had great art. I was never like into the collecting or playing the game, but the art's so beautiful.
I actually own that card right here. The
wow.
angel-looking one.
Yeah.
It's
Magic cards
dope.
look so gorgeous.
I know, I love looking at them.
By D3 Publisher, there's a new game available on Steam, Earth Defense Force 4.1, Wing Diver the Shooter. So this game features 60 different weapons to collect and master through the game's 6 missions and 5 difficulty levels: easy, normal, hard, hardest, and inferno.
Jeez.
And there's a leaderboard for high scores. So through tomorrow, you can get 30% off, and there's also a bundle through the 9th where you can do additional 20% off. So these are some pictures of the game available on Steam.
Cool beans.
All right, and then our word of the day, since we had a lot of gluttony stuff, is taberu, which means to eat. So taberu.
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 Yay.
Taberu.
So if you're spelling that with Romaji, English letters, it's Taberu.
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 Awesome. So that wraps us up for AfterBuzz Anime Reviews, Full Metal Alchemist 5 through 8. Thank you so much for tuning in. We might do the 5 episodes next time to wrap up part 2. So stay tuned for that. Make sure to follow us on ABTV Anime on Twitter for like any other updates, as well as we're gonna link there, and also check out last week's episode to get the link to go to iTunes to rate us, give us 5 stars, because 1 through 4 don't work. And you can win this awesome hat, Naruto hat.
Believe it.
It could be yours, guys. Come on, just all you gotta do is write a thing on
Tony.
iTunes, and we might pick your name. So
Yeah, I'll
check
try
it out.
I'll try to put the link in this episode as well.
Awesome.
Do it.
Thank you. Yay. So let's go down the line, and where can people find you?
Hey guys, I'm Oliver Drennan. Follow me on all social media platforms at Ollie Dreamer, and check me out on RuPaul's Drag Race After Show on AfterBuzz TV on Sundays.
Hey guys, it's Jamie Gray. You can follow me at Jamie Gray, but it's spelled Jaimi. So do that.
And I'm Alexis Torres. You guys can find me all over social media at atorres890. And if you like Lethal Weapon, we have the second to last episode of season 2. So definitely check us out at 8 p.m. tonight here at AfterBuzz TV.
Nice. And my name is Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D Lane. That's Karidlane. And follow me on Twitter and Instagram because I have a whole bunch of shows here and there'd be too many lists. So, yeah. We'll see you all next week. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.